Golf's a game that's long been handed down through generations by fathers to their kids. The majority of our star players learned the game from their dads, with Greg Norman being a notable exception, who was motivated to play by his club champion mother. But it's safe to say some of these duos made history. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the greatest father and son combinations ever seen in golf. First off, we have old Tom Morris and young Tom Morris. In 19th century Scotland, both father and son were renowned athletes and excellent golfers. Tom Morris was at the peak of his career in 1875. He was a professional golfer and an in-demand manufacturer of golf clubs and balls, and he was head of a successful family enterprise in St. Andrews. Unquestionably, this greatest father-son team in golf history contributed to a lot of the growth of the sport and the creation of the Open Championship. The St. Andrews men won the oldest major 4 times each, and old Tom had a pretty big impact on the designs of several other courses, including Prestwick and the Old Course. He lived a long and successful life, passing away in 1908 at the age of 86. His son, young Tom, the most talented player of the century, tragically died on Christmas Day at the age of 24, just months after his wife and infant child passed away after a challenging birth. Sadly, he didn't get to the peak of his career like his father, but he still made it to the history books as a notable golfer of his time. Next up, Willie Parks Sr. and Jr. The Parks were pretty well-known figures in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and are East Lothian's equivalent of Fife's Morris family. Willie Park Jr. became famous across Europe. His total portfolio, which includes 170 courses he created or restored during the first quarter of the 20th century, is split almost evenly between Europe and North America. Like many other architects of his time, Park turned his talent for playing golf into a career building golf courses. At Prestwick and Musselborough's Links, he won the Open Championships in 1887 and 1889, respectively, setting his family's record of on-course achievements in stone. Since playing professional golf at the time was not financially rewarding, Park also ran his father's company, which produced golf clubs and balls. Despite having only a limited amount of formal education, he was also a writer. He released The Game of Golf in 1896, which is regarded as the first book ever written by a golf professional. His father, Park Sr., entered the golfing world in 1854, becoming the first great golfer to emerge from the caddy ranks as opposed to a background in club and ball manufacturing. He challenged Allen Robertson, the greatest player of his era, Tom Morris, or Willie Dunn, that year for stakes of 100 pounds. George Morris played with him instead, but lost by a wide margin. Now we have Percy and Peter Alliss. The Alliss family is one of the most well-known golfing families in the UK and has a long-standing history with the sport that started with Percy. He led a brilliant career in England, Wales, and Germany, and was a well-respected professional. Percy also completed in 10 Open Championships, placing highly on the leaderboard and winning multiple tournaments. And, along with that, he took part in 4 Ryder Cup teams as well. Adding to that, his son Peter was also a gifted golfer who won competitions both domestically and abroad, and made 8 appearances in the Ryder Cup, following in the footsteps of his father. He's best known as a broadcaster, even though he has been the BBC's voice of golf since the 1960s and has hosted star programs in both the UK and the US. Moving on, we have Jack Burke Sr. and Jr. Jack Burke Jr., who won the Masters and PGA Championship in 1956, as well as being a 5-time Ryder Cup player and victorious captain in 1973, is a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame and is currently 97 years old. Before him, his father too was a terrific golfer who finished second in the United States, opened in 1920, and was a multiple-time champion of prestigious competitions, such as the Senior PGA Championship in 1941. He first became interested in golf when he was working as a caddy at the Philadelphia Country Club. At 15, he apprenticed as a club maker and went on to work professionally at clubs like the Old York Road Country Club, Aronimink Golf Club, Hershey Country Club, and Delaware Country Field Club. Early in his 20s, he moved to the West and had executive roles in Iowa, Illinois, Canada, and Minnesota. How can we forget Craig Stadler and Kevin Stadler? The Masters is a golf competition designed for father and son bonding. It started with Jackie Nicklaus carrying Jack Nicklaus's golf bag and sharing his historic 1986 Masters triumph. Then there was the record-breaking victory in 1997, where Tiger Woods embraced his crying father Earl in a bear hug. And now we have Craig and Kevin Stadler. And let us tell you, Augusta National Golf Club has never seen a pair like them. them. Not in their personalities, not in their striking similarities, and definitely not in this unusual situation. Craig, a 13-time PGA Tour winner, became a well-known personality after he overcame a back nine meltdown to win the Masters in 1982 by a playoff. The Walrus played every year at Augusta National up until 2014 when his son Kevin qualified for the event for the first time by winning the Phoenix Open and creating tournament history. The younger Stadler has seen success on both the PGA and European Tours, but has been limited by recent injuries. Then let's look at Julius and Guy Boros. What's something that both Guy Boros and the Champions Tour have in common? You could say that without Julius Boros, neither would be here today. When Julius Boros took part in the thrilling Legends of Golf exhibition in 1979 that saw partner Robert DiVincenzo defeat Tommy Bolt and Art Wall Jr. amid a flurry of birdies, he was one of the golfers who were more involved in the development of the Champions Tour. Julius didn't begin competing professionally until he was 29 years old, but he had a great career, taking home the US Open in 1952 and 1963. He's also won the PGA Championship in 1968 at the age of 48, making him golf's greatest major champion. Guy Boros, his son, had big shoes to fill, but even though he didn't reach the same heights as his father, the younger Boros played in 6 majors, won 3 times on the Nationwide Tour, and won the Greater Vancouver Open on the PGA Tour in 1996. He might not have been able to reach his father's level, but there's no denying that Guy was also pretty talented in his own league. Next up, we have Jay and Bill Haas. It might be time to recognize Bill and his father, Jay Haas, as one of the most amazing and victorious families in the history of professional golf after Bill Haas's triumph at the Humana Classic. Even though the Haas team was unable to complete the major double like Old Tom and Young Tom Morris or Willie Park and Willie Park Jr., they've undoubtedly established themselves as the best father-son teams in sports. Jay won his first match in 1978, which was 2 years after he turned pro. On the PGA Tour, he added 8 more victories on top of the Bob Hope Classic, which was won twice by his son. Jay had 17 Champions Tour wins as well as 2 majors after he turned 50. Bill debuted professionally in 2004, the same year his father joined the Champions Tour. In 2010, he won the Bob Hope Classic for the first time. With the 2015 Humana Classic included, he now has 6 victories. The Tour Championship was his most significant financial victory since it helped him earn enough points to take home the $10 million FedEx Cup. Last but not least, Al and Brent Geiberger. Al, a 1966 USA PGA Championship winner, is known for becoming the first golfer to score 59 on the PGA Tour. His son Brent, a talented golfer in his own right, won 2 tournaments in 1999 and 2004. When the Geibergers participated in the PGA Championship together 22 years ago, they made history. Brent Andrew Geiberger was born in Santa Barbara, California. He won 8 junior college tournaments while he was a student at the College of the Desert in Palm Desert, California. He was a member of the golf team at Pepperdine University in Malibu, California, where he was a student as well. In 1993, Geiberger went pro and began competing on the Nike Tour. Geiberger has triumphed twice on the PGA Tour. His first victory was at the Cannon Greater Hartford Open in 1999, and his second came at the Greensboro Chrysler Classic in 2004. According to the official World Golf Ranking, he's appeared in the top 50. When Geiberger and his father participated in the PGA Championship for the first time in 1998, they marked their legacies in history. The golf team from Pepperdine University that won the 1997 NCAA Division I Golf Championship is coached by his brother John. At the 2008 OHL Classic in Mayakoba, the first PGA Tour competition held in Mexico, Geiberger struck the opening shot. Since pulling out of the 2009 Wyndham Championship, Geiberger has not competed in a PGA Tour tournament. But hey, at least he's made his mark in the sport along with his dad. That's a wrap for this video. Which father and son combination do you think is the best one? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.